Today, I'd like to do a piece on a guy that I met when I was a young kid and that really put an impression on me and really I understood what this guy was about. His name is Big Bub, 6 Deuce. As I was growing up, my mom had an arcade on 67th and Central. And one night, my mom used to throw parties up there. And one night, first time I met Big Bub from 6 Deuce, one of the best crip walkers in Los Angeles, one of the top 10. And today I want to talk about Big Bub, that is like a big brother to me, like a godfather to me. And I wanted to bring light to him because he's resting in heaven right now. But I wanted to talk about how I met Big Bub and how he remembered my mom and how he asked me this later on in life. But one night we was giving a party at the rec center my mom owned. And my mom told him don't be writing on the walls and stuff like that, because dudes had a habit of writing on the walls. And they was outside and moms was smoking weed with him. And I didn't know that was Big Bub back then, but he had like a trachea kind of like in his throat. And he was tall, slender guy, real cool, talk with a real tone. But you knew this guy would be a top-ranked guy in a military. If he was in the military, we all like to call him our general. And I remember that night very vividly. And not only that night, a few days later, we was at the park, and there was some girls up there called Florence Girls, and a bunch of the 6 Deuces. And the KGFJ was up there, the radio station. My brother then was playing baseball. And they started fighting. And they shot one of the DJs from the KGFJ or one of those radio stations in the face. And my brother was fighting 26 Deuces with a crate and a chain. And little Spike got the shooting. And all the 6 Deuces kind of like all dispersed and went back across through the big alleys. And I remember that day real vividly because the DJ got shot, but didn't nobody else get hurt. And we used to be at the park. We used to have some of the best days over there at the park. And we used to be over there, and the DJ and the radio station used to be there. And we used to be having a lot of fun over there and a lot of activities over there. And this particular day, Bethune, the brothers from 6 Deuce came over to Bethune Park and stopped all our activities from ever happening again at Bethune Park. And we always had dances over there and everything, first Crip Walker contest. And this is the time I seen Big Bub fighting and swinging, and he had a cane that day. And this is one of the days I seen him from afar off, where later on he become one of our guys. And not only that, I end up running into Bub again in Leavenworth. Now in Leavenworth, Bub came from Memphis, and he was telling the guys, asking about a guy named L.A. Ron, and he was saying that a dude named Chicken out of Fort Worth was telling him about a guy named L.A. Ron. That L.A. Ron was responsible for some of the Crips down in Fort Worth. And Big Bub kept asking me, C-Bone, and Cannon, and Hot Dog, and we was all up there together, and he kept asking, Dog from 6A was up there, we kept asking, man, who was this dude named L.A. Ron? And he kept asking, and wouldn't nobody say anything, and he was telling us what Chicken was saying about L.A. Ron, and I wouldn't ever say anything, so he was always saying, man, yeah, L.A. Ron was doing this, and L.A. Ron was doing that, and L.A. Ron was doing this. So about a month later, Bub came to the gym. We was all down there lifting weights. It was a weight contest, and we was down there, and Bub kept saying, "Hey man, who is this dude they call L.A. Ron?" And C-Bone told him, "Man, that's Fish." And he was like, so he kind of like walked up to me and he said, "Hey man, what's up, L.A. Ron?" I said, "Man, where you get that at?" He said, "Man, I know that's you, man. They call you L.A. Ron in Texas, and I know that's you because somebody told me it was you. What's up, man?" I say, "Man, they call me that out there, but LA they call me Fish." He said, "Yeah, man, who was that older lady that had that pool hall right there on Central, and we used to be up there crip walking and doing things, and she was real cool. She was an older lady, and she always told us don't be writing on the walls and stuff, and we wouldn't write on the walls and stuff, and she used to smoke a little weed with us and stuff like that." So I say, "Man, that's my mom, man. My mom named Ida, man." He said, "Man, I remember that lady, man. She was real cool, man." And he said, "How's she doing?" I say, "She doing all right." He said, "Man, I remember your mom and everything, and I remember your brothers and everything, man." And C-Bone went and told him that the big guy that they're fighting up at the park that day, he was saying, "Man, who was that big old dude that was swinging that crate with the chain on it?" And I guess C-Bone must have told him. He said, "Yeah, man, that was Fish's brother." He said, "Huh?" He said, "That big old dude, man, he was swinging that crate and swinging that train trying to protect the girl." He said, "That's Fish's brother." He said, "Man, that big old Negro was strong, man." He said, we was trying to get him and everything. He wouldn't let us get him, and then homie get to shooting and everything." He said, "Yeah, that's Fish's brother, man. That's Fish's bigger brother named Keith, right?" And he was like, and he came to me and said, "Hey, man, why you didn't tell me that was your brother?" I said, "Man, you ain't asked me." And he was like, "Yeah, man, man, we was at the park that day, man, and this was going on and that was going on." I said, "Yeah, man, that's one of my oldest brothers and stuff like that." And Bub had a way, you know what I'm saying, of he got all of us together one day, and me, Cannon, and all of us. He said, "Look here, homie, if anything go down, you know what I'm saying, with the homies, the East Coast, neighborhood, or whatever, homie, listen, we taking off. We're gonna handle our business. We're gonna do some things, and we're gonna get up out of here, homie. Simple as that." Well, we was like, "Yes, sir," General, because that was our general and everything. He was like, "Yeah, Bub, that's what we gonna do, homie." So, but we all were in agreement, and that's what we was gonna do. If anything happened to any one of us, we was gonna, put some work in, because we was away in Leavenworth, and Bub always had a way of rallying up the troops. We would go to breakfast together. We would go to lunch together. Bub, they kind of worked in Unicorn, and we was always hanging out. And I see that some of the pictures that's coming to light now, that was me, Bub, Hot Dog, C-Bone, Cannon, and we was all there with Benzo, and we took a lot of pictures. My boy from Linwood, Smiley, you know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of us there with some guys from DeWarty there, Noodles and Ponce, Doc Holliday. It was a bunch of us there, man, and I mean we was real tight, man, and we had a nice little neighborhood car, East Coast car, and Bub, Bub was, we was doing our time, and Bub was, getting up in age a little bit. He always used to slip to me and always used to slide to me and say, "What's up, L.A. Ron?" I used to be like, "Hey, man, cut all that stuff out, man. That's some old stuff, man. We don't even talk like that no more." But at the end of the day, man, I think Bub, man, he deserved this peace, man. I love him very much, and I know the Six Deuces is real proud of him. I got his obituary right here, and I noticed that he passed away and everything. I didn't get a chance to go to the funeral, but I do have his obituary, and I just wanted to talk about the big general, the homie, Big Bub, Six Deuces, East Coast. And he's his grandkids, his Big Punch, his Big One Punch is I think he had some kids by his daughter. But Bub wanted to bring the Six Deuces and the Five Deuces together, peace treaty, but I see now that it didn't happen, and I know that was one of Bub's wishes, and I'm glad that it happened, and I just wanted to send his tribute out to a guy that I really loved, and a guy that's my brother, and a guy that's from Six Deuce, East Coast, and I know that he was one of the top guys in the Six Deuce, and we all loved him, Big Bub. This when he was in YA. Big Bub, 6 Deuce, East Coast.